And so, me personally, I'm very excited to have a word with him. Who is it? It's Mezii. There we go. Mezii, congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
What's going through your mind right now?
I don't know how we did it, to be honest, I think.
Really? You guys have looked to be in pretty good form overall, and especially the trajectory you guys have had over the second half of this year. I think it's been good.
I think each tournament so far we've been improving, but then I think we got to this tournament and I don't think we had the best preparation leading up. I think Crim's had an injury on his hand, so we haven't had the best preparation. But coming up to now, like, I think we've been pretty sloppy. And I think for most teams, T-side's been a struggle. I think the C team metas, like maybe the M4 and so on, is really tough to play against. But I think overall we've kind of tried to really focus on that against each teams, and maybe sometimes we freeze up and like focus too much on like the anti-strat and like what they're going to do instead of focusing on ourselves. And I think these last couple of games we tried to focus more on ourselves and like maybe what we've been doing too much in other games, and now I think it's kind of paid off and we've like had some better T-sides at least.
So if you think you've been messy in previous matches, then this matchup versus Big, presumably you maybe agree with us that it was quite a clinical performance?
Yeah, I definitely think, especially with Mirage, I think has been good, because I think Inferno and Mirage for us leading into this one was by far our worst maps, and we worked quite hard on them. And I think Inferno's getting there, and Mirage this time around was obviously a lot better. And I think Overpass could have been a lot cleaner as well. I think we had a really good T side, and then CT side, I think we lost pistol, but then won the Force round and usually get momentum. But yeah, we kind of brought it back on the CT side at least.
So I had one question about the way you're characterizing the play earlier as kind of sloppy, and I would have agreed that the Challenger stage, you guys had a knack for losing 5v4s, 4v3s, and in this stage, actually, I think you guys played a lot better in that regard. What do you think kind of caused that shift? It's usually like communication or something, but from your end?
I think sometimes we, maybe in some chaotic situations when we get an entry, we try to sometimes react too quick when we're not in places to react. I think even this game against Heroic in this stage when we lost quite heavy, but we had a few rounds where we got entry frags, and we're trying to, especially against Heroic, who are always like really aggressive and always have like one extra person, it's like we're trying to react and not making good plans, and then we just run into stacks or so on. So I think for us it's like, especially in this game, we tried to make sure we like calm down a little bit in the chaotic situations, get the kill and just like focus on ourselves, make a good plan and then finish out the round, because I think against the better teams we were kind of becoming too readable and trying to react too fast.
Another question I had is about your development as an in-game leader, because you took up the role like half a year ago, roughly. And I think that it's safe to assume that it's hard to expect instant results, but the first major that you're playing with, as the leader, you make it to the playoffs. So I kind of want to hear, what's the ego feeling like?
I mean, I would like to take a lot of credit if I was like full micromanaging everyone, but I think it's really a team effort. Like, yeah. I think especially with someone like Roy in the team who plays a lot of the star positions and plays a lot of the positions where he's like kind of dictating how he likes to take the control, and he's playing a lot of the map control places. So I think for having that in your team, it was really important for me, because I've tried it in the past, trying to micromanage. It's like takes way too much from my game, and also I always end up making a lot worse decisions for the team because I'm trying to focus on way too much. So I think for me at least, in-game lead's obviously been kind of improving each tournament, but I think it just helps that we've got players that can always take initiative and give ideas in the team.
Hawker, anything that you would like to ask?
Yeah, I would say we've seen so many teams when they don't have a clear core starting out on the roster just struggle completely. You guys seem to do pretty well right out the gates, and it's only been getting better and better. So was it just natural chemistry or having some of those former connections that's helped with that?
Yeah, so I think obviously when we rebuilt the team, there was obviously me and Crims got on really well from the previous lineup, and then it helped obviously getting Nico and Roy in because they'd have the previous relationship from the last team, and then also when we did our first boot camp, it kind of felt like they'd been in the team for
it felt easy.
Yeah, it just felt really easy, and then we just really wanted to make sure that when we got the fifth in, Fasher, that he could fit in as well, and luckily he fits in really well. So I think we get on really well outside the game and can really have like this open talk where we can just, if people have criticism or are feeling like frustrated about something, that we always talk about it and we don't let it build up. So I think we're doing really well on that side, and outside the game we're just getting on really well, so it helps us inside as well.
Awesome. I wanted to ask about the Force buy rounds as well, and the low buys. I feel like you guys win more of those than any other team I've seen at this event. What's the reason for that?
I don't know, to be honest. I think we played against OG in the Challenger stage, and I think we won 3 B pops on Mirage or something. I'm not. I think sometimes they feel super random. Like I think sometimes we can really have a good round, but like we don't even have some set rounds on them. I think like against OG we had like 3 B pops, and it felt like the best B pops as well, but we'd never gone over it. So I don't know how we did it. And then even in the previous games, I think we just kind of like have a set idea, and we kind of do a lot of things that are off timings, and I think it kind of catches teams out. But I think usually, I don't think we've ever been this good at them, but at this tournament somehow it's kind of clicked.
Mezii, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations once again on making it to the champion stage, the playoffs of this major. Would you like to say anything to you and Fnatic's fans watching at home?
Just thank you for the support. Obviously, I think it's been a long time coming. I think a lot of the fans have been very critical of Fnatic lineups, and even this one when it first started, and kind of wanted instant success. But I think now we kind of seen the improvements each tournament, and just thanks for the continued support, and hopefully you can carry on that support and give us the extra motivation in the playoffs.
Mezii, you've absolutely smashed it. Once again, congratulations. You can head off now and join your team. Myself, Maui, and Hawker will go over some extra details. Why don't we start off with round number 7. This is a win for Fnatic. I can't remember which one of you brought it up, but we are going to bring it up on screen, and perhaps it will